So I want to talk to you some more. They were upset because I'm not doing my hair so that it hangs straighter because I had it like this, and they said, "Oh, it used to be really, really straight." Years ago, there was a cream that came in a jar, and it was called. It was like purple, like a purpley jar. I wish I had something close to the color, and it was called something like it wasn't called, I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was like a hair straightening cream. So you could it was like a it was a cream. It wasn't like an oil, it was a cream. And when you put that on your hair, it would make your hair so straight and shiny. And there's also there's from years ago a blue and white tin can. That's a pressing oil. So I didn't use like a pressing oil. I used like it's like a it's like an oil. I don't know if it's called pressing oil, but it's a I've shown it in a previous video on the Cup of Jar Productions channel, and it makes my hair really straight, and it doesn't make it like hard straight, or it makes it straight so that it's like this instead of like that really stiff kind of straight. So I like this way. Anyway, so they were talking about that. So I wanted to tell you about that. The other thing they were talking about is they're trying to explain to me that where they're from, and this is what I'm saying, we have to stop pretending that we're all the same. We're all different. And they're saying where they're from, if you need help, you go to people who also need help. Like you wouldn't go to somebody who has more than you necessarily. You would go to someone who you feel can relate to needing help. That doesn't make any sense to me. If I need help and you need help, why are we trying to get help from each other? Why? It doesn't make any sense. So what the way they think about things, it's like this is how they said this how the voices didn't work for me. Exactly. If you say for example, I'm going to take an example. Say for example you need a light bulb. Why would you go to someone who doesn't have any light bulbs for a light bulb? You need a light bulb. You don't need somebody who also doesn't have a light bulb. That's why it's a different way. To me, that's why it's manipulative because you're trying to get people who don't have upset so that they can do something. So it's like, I don't have a light bulb. You don't have a light bulb. We don't have light bulbs, but they got light bulbs over there. That's how it sounds to me. So it's not meant to get a light bulb, it's meant to get people who don't have light bulbs upset. The other big deal about this is that when they're trying to talk about how they want me to feel about things, it's like a completely different way I would feel. And it's, they said they didn't grow up. That's what I mean. Like, you hear how they have to keep adding their comments in. That's who they are. They didn't grow up either. So if you're the ones helping the people who didn't grow up, you didn't grow up. Why are we interrupting what other people are doing to put yourself into it? That's part of this. It's like it's a group that wanted to bring me into it. They said that I would get people upset. What's so weird is they're talking about things that they claim happened in the past, and it didn't happen this way. But in their minds, it did. So, in their minds, somebody who they would want to take credit for her life and say, "We always helped you," would be somebody who nobody liked and was unsuccessful. Who? What? That doesn't make any sense. You wouldn't have taken credit for my life. And they said they did this like officially. They told other people how much they've helped me throughout life and all these things and so on that, and how I've helped them also. Then I wasn't the person who you claim I was. Why would you not get that? And the people helping you, why would they not tell you that doesn't make sense unless to them it makes sense? So the last point I want to make about this, and then I'm going to do a video that has nothing to do with all this. Sometimes I need a break from them, and I'll talk up to you about that in the next video. The last thing that doesn't make sense is that they spent millions and millions of dollars to put this out loud. It costs a lot. Like everywhere I go, they play it. People have like the sounds they're picking up. Wouldn't it make sense to put it out loud in a way that everyone can hear it and they can hear what you're claiming, the people who you've, meaning they, the people who they've played this for will believe them because they don't know me,